Hey, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koenen, and here on this channel I share my learnings along the way of my sketchbook journey, and I really hope that it's helpful for you on your creative path as well. And before we dive into today's video, I just want to mention my Patreon page, because the people who have a membership there, they pay a monthly small amount to support me to make these videos for free every single week. So if you are enjoying these videos for free, then just know that that was a little gift by one of my patrons. Isn't that nice? Today I will flip through this sketchbook, which I filled in October and November with daily drawings. This is a Hahnemühle sketchbook. It's a watercolor sketchbook with 100% cotton cold pressed paper. Oh, and that is a reminder that I wrote that book, Life is Better When You Draw It. I made a little pouch in the back using a paper bag that I got in Greece, and I put some collage bits in there. Here I drew frames in my sketchbook, and I used the trailer of the movie Wicked Little Letters, and I paused the video trailer to draw different film stills of the movie. And I was in the mood for a bright color palette, which is actually two colors, yellow and a pinkish red. And here's an example of when you think there's nothing to draw, there's so much inspiration to find. Especially film stills are great because the composition is already there and a storyline is also there. But even if it's just random things in your panels, you can create a cohesion and a certain feel of a story when you use the same colors throughout all the panels, and it becomes a whole. I love doing this whenever I don't know what to draw on a full page, or whenever I feel like challenging myself in a different way. But of course you can also draw when you're waiting at the dentist's office, or while drinking coffee, or during one of my online sessions, like this one. This was the October session, which was all about pumpkins and more. Drawing on the go. And here I went on a little vacation by myself in the south of the Netherlands. And here you can see that I'm really discovering that not all my pens work as well as they usually do. So the only way to figure it out is by drawing a lot. And that was my purpose for the trip as well. I don't want to say I resented the paper, but I did sort of resist it. So I used collage as well to make it a little bit easier on myself. But I didn't bring another sketchbook, so I just had to make do with this one. Here's another one where I filled the page first with frames, and then throughout the day I filled the frames one by one. During this trip there were a lot of coffee moments, drawing people, drawing my surroundings, just really enjoying myself. I don't really mind that I didn't love the sketchbook. I did really like the format, the square pages, and I also really liked how watercolor behaved on it. I mean, it's made for that. But it was tricky to find out how to make it work for me, for my style. I love a crisp, clean ink line, and that's really hard on rough textured paper. But that actually pushed me into different directions. I tried all kinds of approaches, and I used everything in my toolkit that I had with me to experiment and to find out what worked for me. Here, for example, I used a pen with water-soluble ink. And here I did my trusty blow-up technique, which I always love doing. And I had to sharpen my colored pencil a lot because of the textured paper. This might be my favorite drawing of this sketchbook. This is in a cafe that's in a bookstore that's in a former church. If I look at this, I can hear the echo and the buzz. And you can see how I used my foreground, left it without any color, so that it becomes a frame that invites you into the drawing and then into the background. And that was the last bit of my trip to the south of the Netherlands. But that doesn't mean that the adventure is over, because in your hometown you can have as many sketch adventures as you want. Here's one that's actually online, following a session of Lena. Another online session, this time with Suhita Shirokar, all about color and texture and liveliness. Drawing in town. And there's some more drawing online. Street View World Tour is hosted monthly by Eleanor Dowdy and Jenny Adams. Basically what you do is draw from Street View photos, and they always invite an artist to do a demo as well. It's really fun. And you can see how much I'm experimenting with my tools as well. And sometimes that works out better than other times, and that's all fine. And this is the last page of this sketchbook, on which I caught a rainbow in a very short amount of time, and I filmed the process, which I will be sharing on Patreon. I hope you enjoyed my sketchbook tour, and most of all, I hope it inspires you or it sparks some ideas for your own sketchbook. And if you need more ideas for your own sketchbook practice, then, well, I wrote a book, Life is Better When You Draw It, and there's quite some ideas and inspiration in there. And if you want more online stuff, then, well, check out my Patreon page, and maybe you want to join one of my monthly online sessions. I will put the links to all of this below this video, and I would really appreciate it if you like this video. Just hit the like button, and maybe you can subscribe to my channel as well. I'll see you next week. Bye!